Is your New Year's resolution to quit doom scrolling? If so, you've come to the right place, but why should you trust me? Last year, my New Year's resolution was to quit wasting time on Threads and read 10 books. I didn't open the app once all year, I finished 47 books, and I got my phone screen time down to 5 minutes per day. Do you trust me now? In this video, I will show you strategies to quit doom scrolling, whether you only do it on your 15-minute coffee break or if your screen time is 10 hours per day, with different strategies based on if your problem is moderate or severe. And these strategies actually work. So if you're ready to turn your life around today, I hope you have the attention span to make it to the end of this video. Hi, I'm Mayhem, musician, philosopher, cult leader, human, and this is my series, Neurohacking, How to Master Your Mind Instead of Letting Your Mind Master You. Now let's quit doom scrolling, once and for all. Step 1. Know thyself. The first step to quitting doom scrolling is to understand why you do it and why you want to stop. So let's look at the first one. What apps are your vices? Maybe it's TikTok, Instagram, Threads, X, or YouTube, or something else. The best way to find out is to go to your screen time. Take a screenshot of your screen time at the end of the week and look at which apps you waste the most time on. Now save that screenshot somewhere you can find it again. We're going to come back to your screen time again at the very end to see how far you've come. The second one is most important. What do you want to be doing with that time instead of being on those apps? The important thing to understand here is that nature abhors a vacuum. When you have free time, it's automatically going to be filled by the easiest thing you want to be doing. So we need to fill that time with something good, which brings us to step 2, the good, the bad, and the ugly. These are 3 categories of activities you can plan to do instead of doom scrolling, and each of them has a purpose. The good, aka easy tasks, are things that are easy and fun to do, almost as easy as doom scrolling, but marginally more productive. The bad, aka challenging tasks, are productive things that you enjoy doing, but take significantly more effort than doom scrolling. And finally, the ugly, aka stressful tasks, are tasks on your to-do list that legitimately cause you anxiety, things you've been putting off for way longer than you probably should, such that the anxiety of having them hanging over your head is something that triggers you to start doom scrolling. We're going to brainstorm these lists in a moment, but first, let's understand why they are separate. If your doom scrolling habit is a casual thing you do to de-stress from breaks on an intense job, it's important to replace it with something equally or more restful, something like meditation, journaling, taking a walk, or having a healthy snack. You should understand that asking yourself to take the leap to doing difficult things in that time instead is asking too much of yourself and can lead to burnout. Easy replacement activities are also important if your doom scrolling addiction is severe. If your attention span is completely fried, it's important to wean yourself off the dopamine highs in ways that you can actually stick to. As time goes on, you will be able to do more and more difficult tasks as your attention span increases. But for now, the most important resolution you can make is the one you will actually do. Here's a good guideline for which one to do when. Focus on easy tasks when you feel exhausted or drained, challenging but fun tasks when you feel okay, and stressful tasks when you're especially motivated. Now that we know the purpose of each category, let's brainstorm things to fill them with. Category 1, the good, easy tasks. This will depend on how bad your doom scrolling addiction is, but the main goal is to make these as easy to do as possible, almost equal to doom scrolling. If you're completely hooked on short-form content, a simple upgrade is to switch to long-form content, like this YouTube video. If you already watch long-form content, try switching to podcasts while taking a walk. If you're addicted to brainrot, switch to slightly more educational content about a topic you're genuinely interested in. Only you know how bad your addiction is, and it should seem obvious that some options on this list are going to be an improvement for some people and a downgrade for others. But here are some examples to help you fill out your list. Watching a movie or TV show, listening to a podcast, watching an educational YouTube video, reading a novel, taking a walk, listening to music, meditating, eating a snack, calling a friend, taking a nap. Category 2, the bad, challenging but fun tasks. This is the middle category, so as you improve, some things in your list may move in or out of it. Meditation may move from a 2 to a 1, or running may move from a 3 to a 2. These should be things you actually want to do when you have time and energy, such as practicing an instrument, playing a sport, playing chess, going to an event, meeting up with a friend, reading a difficult book, doing a creative project, cooking a meal, going shopping, going for a hike. Category 3, the ugly, stressful or unpleasant tasks. The items on this list are probably the reason you procrastinate in the first place. They're things you hate doing that you should be doing but you avoid. What I recommend is to get a piece of paper, brainstorm all the things you're avoiding, and write them all down. Now, give yourself permission to avoid these things that you were already avoiding by doomscrolling, and put the piece of paper somewhere you don't have to look at it. Then, sometime, when you have some time and energy, do something that makes you feel motivated, like watching your favorite fitness YouTuber, listening to a motivational speech, or listening to a song that gets you really pumped up. Then take out this list, choose one item on it to tackle, get it done, and cross that off your list. Repeat until this list is totally empty. Here's an example of what one of these lists might look like. Applying for a job, doing your taxes, studying for a test, cleaning your room, doing laundry, doing homework, exercising, changing your car's oil, paying your bills, unsubscribing from email lists. Step 3, kill your darlings. Now that you know what you want to be doing in the time you are spending on social media and which apps you waste time on every day, it's time to take the plunge. Delete all those apps off your phone for at least a week. You're probably going to have some weak excuses, so here's my answers to some frequently used excuses. But I also use Snapchat to talk to people. If they're important enough, they should have your number, or send them your number as your final snap. In fact, if they're important enough, try to see them IRL. But I read the news on X. The only people who need to know the news are journalists and reporters. If something is actually relevant to your life, you'll get an Amber Alert about it. But what about my followers? Unless you're actually making money off social media, stop treating it like it's your job. And if you're using it for your social interaction, that's why you're addicted. Because it's not. Make it a priority to see one of your friends in real life. I bet it will feel more fulfilling than getting 3,000 likes from random strangers on a post. But I learned stuff on YouTube. And where do you think the YouTubers learned it? In a book. Go read one. Delete the apps. If you're such a junkie that you'll open Safari and type in x.com after you delete the app, turn off your phone and put it in a drawer. If you're scared, try it for just one day. That might be enough to realize that your life doesn't end without Facebook. More likely, that's when it actually begins. Step 4. Track your progress. You'll want to revisit your list as time goes on and see if things that once felt difficult to you are now easy, or to remember the stressful tasks you accomplished that are now safely in the past. You'll also want to compare your screen time to how bad it was when you first watched this video to see how much you're improving. And, if you want, you can journal any effects you notice in your mental health as well. Side effects of quitting doomscrolling may include increased self-esteem, better social skills, better posture, better sleep, increased impulse control, reduced intrusive thoughts, and more aura. If you have a success story or have any problems, leave a comment down below. I'm always here to cheer you on or to help if you have a setback. Because if you've decided your time is valuable and you want it back, then I believe in you. Don't let anybody take your life away from you, even 5 minutes of it. Love, Mayhem.